I see Bill Gates is in the news again, and there are a lot of reasons I do not trust Bill Gates, and not in a conspiracy theory kind of way, but in reasons rooted in fact. When he was at Microsoft, he was known for being a bully, which is a huge red flag, especially when you consider people's first-hand accounts of him, and the dissonance with his friendly, nerdy, gentle public image in the media. But when you look into it, it's not surprising at all, when you realize that he paid $319 million to media outlets, which would explain why the news always refers to him as a philanthropist, like he became a billionaire with the sole purpose of aiding humanity by being the self-appointed grandpa of public health, selflessly watching over us. Of course they give him favorable coverage, since he gave them $319 million. They always gloss over the fact that back when Monsanto still existed, Gates invested millions and bought 500,000 shares of the company that has been described as the most evil corporation to ever exist. It gave thousands of people cancer through its herbicide Roundup and aggressively sued farmers just for having wind carry pollen from Monsanto-owned fields over to theirs. Then they would sue the small farmers into oblivion for something they clearly had no control over. Oh, and by the way, today Bill Gates is the #1 private owner of farmland in the USA, and I'm expected to believe that this is for a greater good. I love how everybody also ignores his closeness to Epstein as well, and when he was confronted about it, he became extremely defensive.
Well, he's dead, so...
What a bizarre reaction. By the way, the chief science advisor to the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation was the person that Epstein trusted to be the executor of his trust days before he quote-unquote killed himself. That trust was set up to protect Epstein's assets from his victims, even though that guy claimed to be shocked at being picked. I don't understand why or how governments consult with him on matters of public health. Aside from being a billionaire, he has literally no health qualifications. And nobody elected him, not a single soul. This goes against everything democracy stands for. In fact, the public clearly doesn't trust him. He's doing public health way more harm than good just by associating with these organizations because people tend to be wary of that. He is so unpopular that he had to turn off the comments on his Twitter. Yet he's relentless and continues the fear-mongering in a time when millions of people are struggling with their mental health fallout from this current pandemic. Then, there's the preachy tone of him saying that we need aggressive carbon taxes, when he's been known to vacation on mega yachts and fly private. Oh, and by the way, as a side note, in the EU at least, I'm not sure about the rest of the world, but apparently private jets will benefit from an exemption from carbon tax, because they will be classified as business aviation. What a joke! Do you get me? Rules for thee, but not for me.